It was night, very dark and quiet. A little girl named Sarah lived in an old house. The house was very large and had many rooms. Sarah always felt like someone was walking around in the house, even when everyone was asleep. One night Sarah woke up. She heard a sound, a soft sound like rustling. At first she thought it might be the wind, but the sound didn't stop. It was coming from the hallway. Sarah was very scared, but she wanted to know what was happening. She slowly got out of bed and went to the door. She put her hand on the doorknob, but hesitated for a moment. What if something was there? What if something was waiting for her? But her curiosity was greater than her fear. She took a deep breath and opened the door. The hallway was dark, very dark. Sarah couldn't see anything. The sound came again, as this time closer. Sarah saw a shadow, a tall, thin shadow that was approaching her. Sarah screamed and ran to her room. She closed the door and locked it. Her heart was pounding. The sound was still there, behind the door. Sarah felt like she was going crazy. Suddenly the sound stopped. Everything was quiet. Sarah slowly went to the door and peeked through the keyhole. No one was there. She breathed a sigh of relief and thought maybe it had all been a dream. But when she turned back to her bed, she saw something, a doll, an old and dirty doll sitting on her bed. Sarah had never seen that doll before. The doll was staring at her with its dark eyes. Sarah screamed again and ran out of the room. She couldn't stay there anymore. She went to the front door and opened it. She wanted to escape the house, but something stopped her. A hand, a cold, bony hand grabbed her arm. Sarah turned around and saw a face, a white, lifeless face staring at her. A woman, a dead woman with long black hair falling over her face. The woman smiled, a terrifying and evil smile. Sarah couldn't take it anymore. She closed her eyes and didn't understand anything anymore. The next morning, Sarah's parents came home. They opened the door and called her name, but Sarah didn't answer. They went into her room and saw her. Sarah was sitting on her bed with a doll in her arms. Sarah's parents thought Sarah was asleep. But when they got closer, they realized that Sarah wasn't breathing. Sarah was dead, with a terrifying smile on her face. The doll was also staring at them, with its dark eyes. Sarah's parents took the doll and threw it away. But they didn't know that the doll was still alive. The doll was still looking for another victim.